Everyone, we are live. Bear is grabbing milk products. We have dressed our wings. All right.
Coming.
So the reason that we're doing this is thank you everybody. The final count of downloads between Graphically Novel and Rec Conversations is 10,644
Thank
currently.
you.
So big milestone for us. We're really excited about it.
Mm-mm.
And
Thank you.
really excited about the content coming out this year or the rest of this year into next year. Yeah, so if you enjoyed like graphically novel time travel, we may do some more stuff like that where our random friends come to us with ideas and we're like, sure, that sounds like a great limited series. So today we are here with the Hot Ones Challenge, season 21.
It smells spicy in here.
Yeah. Behind the camera, we have the lovely Miss Rachel Jacobs, who's mostly just here to laugh at us. Yeah. The wings we got courtesy of Mulligan's Pub in Cedar Rapids. So
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you, Mulligan's.
And thank you, Stephen Prochaska, the kitchen manager. Yeah, general manager, some sort of manager out there. Jen and Bear, in front of each of us, there is a list of our episodes to help you with the questions.
So that we remember.
So you can remember. So
They have to have Rachel hold this for me. No, it's okay. I'm just going to put it up here because I think I can see it from here.
So the first one that we have is the classic, except this is one that we have three in the house anyway, and that's not this classic, but another the main classic. Mm-hmm. This one's the chili maple version. We have a verde version of Los Calientes, and then
one of my favorites actually.
And then we have the last dab.
Because the last dab.
If you search our YouTube channel, which this will eventually go up on as well, you will see that I did this challenge last year with some friends of the show.
We were thankfully out of town.
Yeah, so they have never experienced some of these. Some of these sauces are different. You know, if you're not familiar with Hot Ones, check it out. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. We're doing season 21.
21. Yep. And we're starting with the classic. So.
All right. I am using a fork.
Which is why Select suggested boneless wings. So it didn't have to touch our fingers.
Also, that was a really big piece of chicken.
No one would blame but yourself. You even cut up the piece of chicken.
I know. That's going to suck.
But real tasty.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was very tasty. I like the chili
sauce.
I like the chili maple edition.
Not a lot of spice to it.
Yeah, it's okay. I really like the classic.
So, looking at the list in front of you, pick out each of you your favorite episode that you would
Oh, fuck off.
tell somebody to listen to.
Favorite episode to tell somebody to listen to. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Decisions.
Right? Okay. Just because I'm an amazing mom, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
One of our most popular episodes.
Yeah. My child, Ashley, was on that episode, and they killed it. I mean,
it was a great
walking
episode.
encyclopedia of knowledge of things that they're interested in. So it was definitely great participation from our guest.
I'm gonna have to go with. It just kind of depends on I love different things for different reasons.
Right.
But let's do something fun, and why not Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not a great movie to watch.
No, terrible movie to watch. Great
Made a
comic
mistake.
book.
The fan is not on.
Oh yes, the fan would be wonderful.
Like, we're all sitting here sweaty
Sweating.
already, and I'm like, oh, why are we hot?
Yes, Howard the Duck, fantastic episode. Still to this day, if I walk.
Great
the
graphic.
bookstore,
You get to find out about, not only a little bit about Silver Surfer, but you get Golden Surfer, you get a different cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just really kind of entertaining all around.
Yeah, for me, Not necessarily. Okay, if I'm going to recommend one episode, like for somebody and say this was my favorite, I'm going to say the episode, not necessarily the content. Justice League. Justice League, watching it through the 2 times, and then having Kat and Troy over, and then breaking it down.
It was the whole process was just
The
entertaining.
process was enjoyable.
Yes.
The
Yes.
show really delivers on that. It's a very high energy, fun.
Yes.
Everybody's having a good time with what they're doing. Because we did, in some cases, struggle to find things that we really liked, to talk about. And, one of those cuts is far superior, and it's not the one everyone wanted.
Right.
Right.
And it's not the black and white version either.
Right.
So now I think you kind of understand my struggle with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I understand. I understand it.
We're just very dismissive of
That's
it.
right. All right, number 2 is La Pimenteri Curry Verde. So this is a Thai
Ooh.
green curry sauce.
All right.
Jen's got to be all over this one.
I like that. Big flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Really big flavor.
Not a lot of heat, a lot of flavor. Really good.
This is what I want out of curry, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, not, if it's a curry hot sauce, this is just what I want out of a curry.
I'm not a big fan of Thai usually because they use a lot of coconut, and I really don't notice a lot in there.
I was just going to say I just noticed the coconut.
Yeah, it's really like on the backside and not super prevalent.
Oh, I like coconut.
I'm not a coconut fan, and I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right,
Easily
question
on the tongue.
Question number 2. It's going to be just as difficult. Least favorite. Last one you'd recommend to somebody. Through no fault of, I will say, of guest or whatever, it just didn't turn out the way that we thought it was going to.
So you don't have the see. I'm used to like biding time with like just filling in a few words in there because I know you're going to edit out the dead air, and we can't really do that since we're streaming live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm trying to think of one where we were really, really drunk.
I mean, there were several, but like we still
Happy,
had fun with some
Red,
of those.
yeah.
Legion, we were
Legion.
smashed. That was our 3rd episode of the day, and you could tell just listening
Yeah,
to
that's
us.
That's why we don't do 3 episodes a day anymore.
Yeah,
We
right.
barely do 2 a day anymore.
It's
I-
bad because like some of them, like so take for example like Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We watched the series and the movies were old and really not very good. The series was new and started off really great and went to shit.
Oh my
the
gosh.
comic book was great all the way through. So like
Despite being Alan Moore.
right? But yeah, it's so hard to just pick one. I mean,
Well, I would say the first
I
few
said it's so hard to
episodes-
pick one. Like
Just
is
the
this
first
worst
few in
one?
The
general.
first few are kind of rough.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Because I'm not on them.
you're on half of them.
You are on half of them. Yeah, well, first season of any podcast is rough. That's going to be something further down the list. That's going to be a fun question.
Yeah.
But for me, I would actually answer this with, through no fault of guest or anything else but the kitchen, was just like, the movie was kind of a meh movie, and I was kind of hoping that the comic would be, like, better, and then it kind of wasn't, and then all of us were just really low energy from it, because there was nothing to kind of grasp.
I was gonna
onto.
say the same thing about Old Boy,
Oh, okay.
like because that movie and comic are way fucked up,
Yeah,
and
I really liked it.
the whole time I was just like, what the hell are we even doing? Are
What
we
was-
allowed to put this on the air?
What was the episode? So, the peek behind the curtain that we forgot to record.
Joker.
Joker. Yeah. So we thought we were recording, and we were in like half an hour.
Yeah, and then we realized
Yeah.
we did not
So-
hit the record.
As opposed to Retcon, where
That was retcon, where it was just gone.
All-Star Superman that was just
All-Star
completely
Superman.
lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely lost in a hard drive crash. Fate itself hated that.
I mean, Understandable.
It's not a hard argument to make there.
That was a rough episode, and I kind of just wish I had like a participation trophy of a recording to remember it by.
Okay.
All right, next up,
Ooh,
zesty lemon pepper sauce
lemon
from the
pepper.
Krabby Shack.
Lemon pepper.
Yeah, lemon pepper.
I mean, it's literally that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's lemon, it's pepper.
It's pleasant.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Right? It delivers on what it says it is, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the capsaicin is in that because it actually seems milder than.
Then
The
last,
other two.
The other two,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I still have a burn in my mouth from this one.
Yeah, same here.
I like it.
All right, what was the most surprising episode? When you think of, holy shit, when in the middle of that somehow there was like something you learned or.
I'm gonna say V for Vendetta. So it was the first one with friend of the show,
David Harmon.
David Harnois, who brings it.
It's
to an
true.
interview. He has so much knowledge about and passion for that movie, that story, and I think that was really great conversation. I think one of our better episodes as well.
We get a huge spike around November.
Every year. It's almost like somebody's chanting "Remember, remember" the 5th of November.
Yeah.
Almost like that.
Yeah.
Right? I'd have to say, honestly, I think I'd have to say Wonder Woman. Kat was our guest for that one, and she just brought tons of knowledge. Like, I had never read a single Wonder Woman comic at all before that. And she always just brings a ton of knowledge on anything that she shows up for, and, like, taught us a mess about, you know, like, the character in general.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how she's not... Wonder Woman is a diplomat first, but is more than willing to be like, no, that motherfucker needs to die.
Right.
So, I think...
Ass kicker falls
Right?
right below.
Right below diplomat.
Yeah, for me, I was blown away by our Warrior Nun episode. I was blown away by the show.
Right?
I was
Yeah.
blown away by the comic. I was blown away by the guest. We had Dalibor on for
Yeah.
that one, and I've done a few of his podcasts since
Yeah.
where we just get on and talk about random comic book shit for 2 hours.
Dalibor's another one we need to get back on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But and there's 2 more seasons of it now, and it's coming back for a 4th.
Right?
So yeah, that was my surprise. Like, I was passingly familiar with the comic. It was not something that I collected. But yeah, the show just was super surprising.
Yeah. Well, and it looks like we've got our first comment on
Ooh.
the live stream.
Love it. Oh, hey, Carlina. Nuggets.
Hi.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they're boneless wings.
yeah. Cheeky nuggies.
Chicken
Right?
nuggies.
And choco milk.
Listen, if I can eat a fork so I don't have to touch spicy wings and then touch my face, I feel better about it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Careful around the eyes.
Well,
Right?
thanks for watching.
Yes,
Hi, Carlina.
absolutely. Hi, Carlina. Okay, so
Let's go to the scary sauce.
Chico Ghost. Chico Ghost. Chicho Ghost.
Chicho.
Chicho.
Chile Lengua de Fuego.
Chicho goes. All right, I put this one on a really big one, so I am going to pick it up, actually. It's a 2-biter.
They're just like, no, I'm all in.
I like the chocolate. There it is. Starting to rise.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. No.
No, it's just a really nice.
I'm glad I started
Soft rice.
sweating before any, because it's like 100 degrees outside right
Right.
now.
Right.
And I'm glad I started sweating before we started doing this, so I don't have to look like all of a sudden I started in the middle of this. Oh, hey, there's a little heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I like it. I can dig it.
So, of the comics that we've read, which one have you read more of after the show was done?
Ooh. Good question.
I mean, I guess I read the second Bulletproof Monk. Actually, even ordered it, and it wasn't great. But I read it. I was interested enough.
I actually read a few because I read more. At least I know it. I thought I read more. Oh, that's right. I read A Mess of the Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I read A Mess of Swamp Thing.
I was about to say, you kept going on Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it counts, but Lock and Key.
Yeah.
Well,
Lock
of
and
course
Key.
it counts.
Okay. And what was the other one?
Deadly
Black Widow.
Class.
Black Widow.
Black
and
Widow,
and
Deadly Class.
Yeah.
Yep.
I read way more of Sabrina than I thought I ever would.
That was really good, actually.
It actually was pretty good.
I mean, it's not fair because I've read a bunch of these before.
That's why I said Lock and Key.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess
I think that's pretty much it.
we kept watching a bunch of the shows
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot on this list that, you know, we definitely kept up with the
I
show.
mean,
we still wait for the new Harley Quinn cartoons to drop.
Well, we just watched Birds of Prey again recently.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yay!
Los Calientes Rojo.
I like this one.
You're a Rojo. Or your mom's a Rojo.
My mom's a hoe. Just the internet has me saying that on camera now.
That's a lot of breading on that one. Oh my god. So,
I just like to point out I don't need this right now. I want to start scraping some of it off of my tongue before we get into the
okay.
The back half.
right.
So 2 years ago, a year ago, Pringles did a
Yeah.
compilation team up with Los Calientes, and they did the Verde and the Rojo Pringles, and oh my god, I would be eating them, and I would be crying, and my mouth would be on fire, and I would still eat them. They were so good.
They were
So
very good.
That's what I was reminded when I just ate that.
Oh yeah. No, it's very, very close. I mean, I do like the citrus notes on it as well.
So good.
So now when you're walking through Half Price Books or someplace like that and you're looking at graphic novels, is there any different way you look at them? Like judging a graphic novel by its cover, is there a different way you look at them now than you looked at them before the show?
Yes, I always look at the author. Just in case I happen across more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes and no. I had a tendency to veer away from like super comic-y comic books, like superheroes and whatever. I always went for gothic,
Yeah.
When there was a graphic novel of Edgar Allan Poe, of course I bought that.
Right.
But I think I do look at, even if I'm not going to buy it, I do pull out different ones to look at the art. So I've become more aware of current comic book artists, and I look for that.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying about the authors for both reasons. Like I've learned about a lot of great writers I didn't know about before this. Like Kieran Gillen is amazing. You know, if there's anything that and now I'm blanking on her name, the troll queen of the internet. Gail Simone.
Yeah,
if there's
Simone.
anything that
Yeah.
Gail Simone has out that I have not read, I will probably at least glance through it.
You know she's coming for you for that, right?
Okay, yeah.
For forgetting her name.
She comes for me all the time, and it's usually when she's like, you know, why can't Gambit build a fire just by throwing a card at a fire? You know, and I'm like, nope, do not engage with Gail Simone. But yeah, that's kind of and there are definitely artists that I'm on the lookout for that I didn't
Definitely.
know about before.
Yeah, yeah.
Just we've seen some books that if it wasn't for the way that the artwork was structured, they wouldn't have worked. I'm looking at you, Legion. I'm looking at you hard.
I love you, Legion, but yes. Oh, look, we've got a couple more comments.
Are you going to explain that, Graham? I don't have an Instagram. Bear doesn't have an Instagram.
I had an Instagram for
I'm the
about a
only
month,
one.
and I was like, no, I'm done with that.
I'm the only one with an Instagram, and if anyone is friends with me on Instagram, they know it's 98% garden.
Yeah.
So-
The other 2% is our dog.
Yeah, right. Or, witchy
don't-
memes.
I don't take enough pictures of anything to
Yep.
warrant an Instagram.
Yeah. The only thing we got close to, well, it's coming up as an actual question. I'll get into it, but it was a retcon question anyway.
All right, so just a check-in. We're halfway
We
through.
are living on a prayer.
How are you living on a prayer? How are you feeling?
I'm all right.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. I'm warm, but
Yeah.
other than that, that's my first thing with spicy food though. Is I get wine and spicy food.
Right.
Is I just suddenly get
Starts
warm.
Yeah, and then
You-
sweat.
You just look sus.
You played enough Blood of the Clock Tower with me. I always look sus. Hot gas.
Hot gas.
All right,
Here, I got
Mako
this.
Snake.
Oh, this is
6.
a shark.
This
The
is the
spicy
spicy shark. It's born in New England.
Okay, this is, I also way over.
Yeah, this was a loose one.
I'm going to cut off, because that looks like it's mainly just breading, and that's killing me right now. Oh,
The beginning is like a Caribbean.
no, you know what that tastes like? Vindaloo.
Yeah, that's the flavor I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
That's a vindaloo.
Oh, and here it comes.
Oh yeah, I can feel it just kind of soaking across my tongue.
I felt like chili oil just came out my nose and went into my eyes.
Yeah, it's about time for me to top off my beer.
I could tell when it hit because Jen went.
Yeah. It just went, like, literally, it felt like my mouth was closed, but I just felt like going up to my
All right, we are in the second half.
Yep.
Right? We got some fire.
So, if somebody was to ask you what episode the media was completely different from the source, what would your first answer be?
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. Yes.
I would say Mystery Men.
Atomic Blonde.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
much better movie. Sadly,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
good comic, but much better.
The comic
movie.
was, but the movie was, I mean, Charlize Theron, just amazing. Jen's looking, she's looking.
Yeah, I think Umbrella Academy would probably be my.
I would also say, what was the DC Misfit Squad?
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Yeah, agreed.
But-
that TV show is so fucking good.
The
Love
comic
that
was
show.
really good too, but they had the ability to express things in the comic that they couldn't do on the TV, thus making those two like really separate entities.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that they did in that show, though, I was super surprised on. Like, if I were to read about Danny the Street, like, I would be like, how do you even do this on film? And
And then
do.
they did it.
And then they do, and it's fantastic.
All right, that was like
That was up a couple notches.
that was like if I went to like Naratai and was just like put me up in the higher end, like
Yeah.
that pepper is really starting to. Yeah, I know. I got 4 left. Shut up.
You can talk. It's fine. Jalapeno Chico. Hint of lime, smoked jalapeno, garlic, hot sauce.
Okay,
Hopefully the lime helps cut it, because damn,
here we go.
this one has one of those ones I got a little too wet too.
Me too.
That's a great flavor.
Mm-hmm.
A little smoky.
Mm-hmm. Definitely got the chili, or got the lime, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Jalapeno's good.
Did not kick up like that Vindaloo, man.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
But that hits you like Mack truck.
Yeah, it did.
Like it's still hanging on.
All right, let me ask a question to delay the next sauce as
Thank
much
you.
as possible.
This is my nightmare sauce.
Which episode would you do an update on?
Mm.
Would you want to go back and do a whole nother episode? And I'll start it off. I've read the new Jessica Jones series,
Oh, yeah.
and I want to go back, not only because it was first season, our second overall episode, and the sound quality isn't great, and it's very short. I feel that we could do a lot more justice to Jessica Jones by talking a lot more about her role.
Agreed. And sort of along that lines, Umbrella Academy went on to do 2 more seasons after we did that episode.
And I think they're working on one more yet still.
So, yeah, I mean, just talking about what happened on the TV show, because, I mean, the TV show, the graphic novel was the springboard for the TV show, and it went, above and beyond infinity to what the source material was. So it would be really interesting to talk more about how they built on that first season.
I would just like to go back and do more on Lock and Key, just because
Yeah.
we only read the one graphic novel,
Yeah.
and there are, what, 6 more?
Total.
7 more? I think there are 8, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Something like that.
8 more of those, plus there are 2 more seasons of that, 3 more seasons of that,
Yes, 3 more.
3 more
more.
seasons of that, of which I still haven't watched the latest one.
Very good.
It is very good.
Okay, everybody.
All right,
So
so
time for debunk.
we all used this toothpick here to put
It's very thick.
because
Yeah.
it's like tomato paste.
Yeah,
To like put it on our wings. This is gonna be awful.
yeah, Josh is using a fork now because he knows. Okay, let's go. But why? It doesn't even taste good.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That darkness is your friend?
Yep, and it's just gonna keep building. There is no
You
relief.
know, it's like they found that bottle of, that 1% of 1% bottle of hot sauce that the rat just took a shit in at the factory. I shouldn't say that. It's thick.
People
It's
compare
very
it to
dark.
Battery acid. Battery acid taste. That's giving battery acid a bad
Listen,
name.
I worked as a mechanic. That does give battery acid a bad name.
Oh. Okay. Okay, hang on.
Now you have me curious.
It's really like, well, here's the toothpick if you're curious.
Mm.
Be careful. Honestly, it's just,
There's like no flavor at all.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
just heat.
fire.
Yeah.
it's just pain.
A
that
lot
does
of
not
fire.
go away.
Honestly, and I'm not really noticing
It's a
it
lot of fire.
heat-wise much more than the 2 before it.
Well, I'm not because
God, it's
I'm
worse when
doing
you swallow.
cleansing palate
Right.
cleansers of yogurt. Would you like some?
I got bread and beer for the moment. I might
Okay.
use the palate cleanser at the end, but yeah, I didn't notice a whole lot more heat. Like I don't have much more burn.
Oh, it's coming. It's building. I can still feel it building.
I'm about to the point where I got to blow my nose.
So, what episode, for one reason or another? Oh, with Mutant Mayhem. Any chance of revisiting more TMNT? There are so many variants.
Well,
Bear and I just watched yesterday. Jen was in and out of the room. Jen has no interest in TMNT.
that would probably be like a me and Josh. Maybe we'll squeeze Luke in kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
that movie I found a little less abrasive than the other stuff we've watched. It's still, I mean, I felt like it was more on the line of Spider-Man, this new
okay.
movie, because they're quipping and they're awkward, and it's not like, I don't know, in the other movies, it was like awkward on a different level.
Because
like,
it was 80s and 90s awkward.
But it was 80s and 90s awkward, but also it's like when you have a 32-year-old playing a high school student.
Exactly.
Awkward.
They seemed like
Right.
actual teenagers in the
movie.
film yesterday.
Yes.
And then they have
Well,
throughout
yes.
the entire.
When you've got, Seth Rogen in there, he's been a teenager since he was a teenager.
Asti just said about the bomb. It's the Gom Jabbar. What's in the sauce?
Yeah, pretty much. What's in the box?
Okay.
You don't
It's
want to
just
know.
gross. Like, ugh.
My tongue is still burning.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Mine
The
is
one
too.
spot on my tongue, and then I accidentally got some on my lips, and so that's.
Oh,
yeah, that's.
Mm-hmm.
No, I honestly, since that Vindaloo, everything
Yeah, no,
has just been kind of
I know
come down
exactly where I put it on my tongue. It's right there.
So this is
Yeah.
definitely the one that I'm the most curious about. This is
The
the
hot
watermelon.
sauce.
This is the watermelon ghost.
Okay.
the watermelon ghost. Okay. Hang on,
Fair put.
there's still
Fair
some
put.
of the bomb on my fork. I don't want it to pollute the rest of it.
I got watermelon right away,
Mhm.
and then followed by hop.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of that. Not a lot of heat.
It's coming.
Tastes more like raspberry strawberry to me. And I too don't like the hops.
Yeah.
Even as a beer guy, I'm like, meh. And still, like, maybe the heat will show up. I'm still sitting on like that Vindaloo, hit a point on my tongue, and I'm just like not noticing much more heat level. Like, it's spreading further throughout my mouth and starting to like spread through my lips from the inside to the out.
Would you like a fatty barrier to take away?
Fatty barrier.
Well, a milk or yogurt, it helped.
Yeah. I mean, I still haven't hit the level of like that time I pepper sprayed myself.
You want to try a bit of yogurt?
Oof.
That is a special kind of pain. That.
Yeah. And I just I've taken a couple of bites of that, and it's done pretty well. Like I still have the tingly, but it's not like too intense.
Wow, that took most of it out.
Yep.
So we
Really
got
fast.
a question from Jesse Latorno,
Okay.
but it was onslaught. Why? Just why? And that was in reference to a Right Conversations episode. Leia is not on joining us today for this. So I turned that into the question of, what's the craziest storyline you enjoyed in this show?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
The
Legion.
The
Cancerverse.
Cancerverse.
Legion.
I did not enjoy the Cancerverse.
I thought it was fun.
I did not enjoy it. That was the one where they just like, it was like, how many characters can we
Fit
throw?
per frame?
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, this is like the books that give you a glossary of made up words, and you're like, I can't enjoy. Like, I can't read the story because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're saying here.
I was not ready for Old Boy.
Yeah.
I was not, well, okay, if we're talking movies, I was not ready for the Old Boy movies.
So good. So good.
Graphic novels, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say just out there storylines. Oh. Probably Lock and Key, because I didn't read it beforehand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hadn't read it beforehand, so...
My gums are burning now.
Yeah, I know.
Nope. Mine just started to spread through to my lips.
What does an aneurysm feel like? Okay.
All right. Well, I got to see if the last
Last dab.
feels like getting pepper
Are we
sprayed.
going to put another dab on our
Oh,
stuff?
thanks for bringing that up.
You didn't have to.
But it's the last dab. You gotta do the last dab on the last dab.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, I think I licked my lips.
Yep, me too.
See, you took like your biggest wing,
Yeah.
and I put the smallest wing out here. I was just like,
I should have done that with the bomb.
Yeah. Okay.
There's my dab.
Cheers, my dears.
All right.
It reminds me of Cajun food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. It made my ear hurt.
I pretty much lost most of my sense of taste.
By this point, yeah.
Like I didn't.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's hot. It's very, very hot.
I got it on the back of my throat.
Yeah, no. Ever since the spicy shark hit, I haven't really noticed much of an increase in heat. Like my tongue is just like, this is the level where you no longer pay attention.
Josh's eyes have started to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, it's bad.
So, quick recap. All these guys have heard it about the time that I pepper sprayed myself. So, my last job I was working at, I was working as a mechanic. Shop supervisor came in one day. He had decided that summer he was going to grow his own Reaper peppers. Here comes the mucus.
I just ate that little bit, and it was the spicy
That's
stuff.
why here comes the mommy's cover band.
Right? So he brings him in because he had just done the Reaper Pepper Challenge the night before, which, if you're not familiar, is basically just taking the pepper whole and biting it off just below the stem, chewing and swallowing.
That way lies madness.
Right? So he brings in a bag of like a dozen of these and is trying to convince people that they need to do this challenge with him again in the middle of the workday, in the middle of the shop. To which everybody in the shop is smart and is just like, no. So he gets a little disappointed and he looks like he's about to take that Ziploc bag and throw it right in the trash. To which I said to him, hey, what are you going to do with those? And he's like, why, you want them? And I'm like, I'll take them. Took those suckers home, dried them out, ground them up, put a kettle full of olive oil on the stove, and very gently heated it up, dumped the chili flake into it, and infused that, oh, hey, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pass that over here. Like, it just finally hit the extra level of fire.
Yep.
Mm. That's good yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Milk bad.
But so yeah, took those home, infused them into olive oil, and then started gently experimenting cooking with that. Up until the night that I was like, I'm just gonna. It's the middle of winter. I'm gonna pan fry some brats. Didn't have any other oil on hand besides that oil, so a couple of pats of butter go into the pan, tablespoon of that oil. Throw the brats in there, put a lid on it, walked away. Come back 5 minutes later, make the mistake, pulling the lid off, and putting my face right over it into the steam. And I coughed, and I hacked, and I sneezed, and mucus ran out of everything above my collarbones. I could feel it burning in my ears. Just took that pan off the heat and went and sat down for 15 minutes and had an out-of-body experience. I was just burning so bad, like I was just like I stepped out of myself to be like, hey, that's painful.
That was a bad idea.
Right?
Oh, joined by a few more people. No, Osty, none of us are going to go Paul Rudd and put all 10 on a wing.
No, that last one was actually quite painful.
Let's see. No, Schwegler, we're not going to give you an update when it comes out the other end. Gross. And Jason, how goes? Well, really fucking bad.
I mean,
It's not that bad.
I can't say that I've had worse, because that last one just took a little while. It was a delayed reaction, but this is bad.
It was Well,
It still had flavor. The bomb is just the worst.
Well, I couldn't taste the flavor.
honestly, it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be.
Oh no, I expected it to be way worse.
Yeah, me too.
I hate it.
The bomb is dumb.
Yeah.
The bomb is just gross.
Yeah, it's dumb.
And honestly, like I said, once the Vindaloo hit, like,
Loki just said we have to start over because he missed seeing us eat some of them.
Too bad.
listen, you can go back and watch from the beginning.
Yep. Okay, so at the end of every season, I gather you two together and I say, do you want to do this for another season? Why do you keep saying yes?
Because I don't have anything else to do right now.
It keeps me off the streets.
Graphically novel is my anti-drug.
Wait a minute. If we're getting drunk every time when we're doing an episode, does that count as being an anti-drug?
No.
Yeah. Graphically novel. That's my drug.
Yeah, right?
Well, I was in school, and then I took a break, and then I went back to school, and I'm going back to school again. So
So you're a glutton for punishment anyway. is
I
what
guess.
you're saying.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, she married you.
You can solve to it.
To marrying me?
No. No, I've been married to you for way too long.
Yes, sure. Oh, okay, everybody. Well, this was the 10 Wing Challenge. This will be up here on our Facebook page, and then I'm going to throw it up. Do wings for Secret Invasion.
Seriously, this one was like, feels like it burned my tongue. Like I was
Yeah.
eating hot pizza or something like that. It scorched my tongue.
Well, the funny thing is, it was the spicy shark that is still making my gums tingle. Everything else, like, hit my tongue. Like, my tongue is still a little...
We have to go back and look at the Scovilles, because once I hit the spicy shark, I did not notice more heat again until we got to Apollo.
I noticed heat with the bomb.
Loki, by the time you visit at the end of October, maybe I will be up for wings again. Not with these sauces, though.
I mean, maybe with some of these sauces, like that chili lime one.
I would do the Vindaloo one. I would do that one, even though it made my face melt.
Yeah, no, any one of these except for the bomb.
Yeah.
I would have again.
I didn't care for this one, but
I wasn't a big fan of the watermelon hop,
yeah, that one.
but I'd try it again.
Yeah.
On its own, without having all those other flavors
Well, maybe.
searing my tongue off just to see.
I don't know.
All right, everybody, thank you for 10,000 downloads. That's why we did this, because we said we would. Stay tuned. New episodes of Rec Conversations are coming out. We've already recorded the first 2. We're going to finish our Hulk episodes, get those out. Superman's coming. Probably the Sandman. Spider-Man. Yep, we've definitely got some plans. We're just graphically novel itself. You're going to find it just kind of trickling in. We're not going to have it scheduled. Rec Conversations will come out season by season, and then once I have enough episodes, I'll start releasing them on a weekly basis. So we still get content in your faces. But love all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, taking this journey with us.
Yeah, keep downloading. Who knows what we'll do with the next
With the next 20,000 or the next
10,000
10,000
episodes.
Yeah.
But until then, somewhere, take it away, Vandello.
Please.